the majority of them would. Without saying anything, I go out into the narrow hallway. Shortly thereafter, I could hear the teacher attempting to gloss over what had just happened. I take a breath as I start walking down the corridor during lessons. No one is at the garden next to the school gate. I can hear the faint voices of the PE class coming from in between the courtyard and the school building. Besides that, it's peaceful here. In that silence, the boar wags its tail, rubbing its body and nose against the gate wall. Botan! His tail suddenly stands up as I call him. He quickly runs towards me with his short legs like a fast-forwarding video. Looks like he remembers me. Hey! Ow. Botan dashes and plunged himself onto me. I managed to stop him since his body is small and he's not especially powerful. Hey, are you alright? I say, you really are reckless, and that's true. Well, that's not really praise, you know. I sit in the grass and cross my legs. Botan is looking at me with a greedy look on his face. It's hovering its nose in front of me, snorting and wagging its tail. It glances at me. It then hovers its nose in front of me again. It repeats this several times, then, as if making up his mind, comes closer. Huh? It sticks his nose between my legs and snorted approvingly. This is a very, very perverted, wild boar piglet. Grabbing hold of his back, I lift it up to eye level. Botan frantically wiggles its short legs. What the hell do you think you're doing, damn it? You're an animal and already you're thinking of hitting on humans now. Ha! Emphasize the ha. Anyway, are you a male or a female? If you're a male, I'll stick you in a frickin' pot and fire it up. I have a sudden premonition that something is coming. Almost instinctively, the upper half of my body leans to the right. At that moment, I hear something cutting through the air as it whistles by my left ear. It continues past me. I hear a thud as it slams into the ground. Let's see. A Chinese-Japanese character dictionary? I turn around, thinking that it couldn't be. I have a feeling it came directly from the third floor from the class beside me, Class 3E. Although it was very far away, I could see Kyo's bloodthirsty figure. What? Seriously? I let go of Botan as I watched the Chinese-Japanese character dictionary sink into the ground. Did she throw that from there? Would I have died if I was hit by that thing? What's more, I actually avoided it? While my mind was elsewhere, Botan, who I had just released, had gone back to snorting approvingly at me. This time, he was sort of riding on top of my lap as if it were a shrine. He's in high spirits, too. Well, again, we don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Obviously, it's not possible for us to really get an answer to that, so technically we should be saying it's in high spirits, too. It seems to be searching for a spot he'd feel comfortable with. But by using his nose, that says noise, not nose. Fail. I glance behind me. In the distance, Kyo is nodding approvingly. I petted his back for a while. His tail wags in a seemingly happy way. Since it was cute, I continued for a while. Ding dong, ding dong. I don't know why the hell I bothered doing that. That's the first time I've ever bothered doing it. I don't know why I bothered, like I said. I guess fifth period is over. The building exploded with activity now that no one is in class. Botan was asleep on my lap. It was bothersome, so I messed with his ear and tail until he opened his eyes. Yo, you awake? In a little while, your master will probably... Looks like she's here. From behind me, I could hear her footsteps approaching. What's wrong? Suddenly, he started shaking like he was afraid of something. He's hiding his ear in my lap like a dog, too. When I turn around, I see the younger sister. Yo, what's up?
さっきの時間、急に教室を出て行ったから。
Ah, about that. Even if I'm there, it doesn't mean I'm listening to the lesson, and it was boring, so leaving was better.
でも...
By the way, this thing's with you, right?
ボタン、どうしてここに?
Well, I think he probably came to see Kyo. He just started shaking a little while ago. I wonder why.
きっとそれは私が来たからだと。
What did you do to him? Could it be that he hates you?
おそらく。
What did you do to him? Her voice seemed to vanish as she spoke. At almost that exact same time, Botan's body suddenly stopped shaking. What's wrong? Botan's mood changes from being scared by Fujiyashi to one with a happy voice. He jumps off my lap and takes a big detour to avoid Fujiyashi as he runs. And just ahead is...
あんた、また来ちゃったのね。お姉ちゃん。よいしょっと。
Botan runs up and Kyo embraces him. Kyo gives us a smile as she comes over.
あれ、りょう、なんであんたまでここに？私は、
She glances over at me. Actually, she came to confess her love for me. Since she couldn't wait until after school, she boldly approached me.
そんなことは、
Her face was turning red and she was getting flustered.
りょう、あんたって結構やるわね。そんな、違う。
It looks like she's about to cry. That was a joke, by the way.
わかってるわよ。大方、授業中に教室を放り出されたあんたを心配して見に来たんでしょ?
Well, I guess the walls are kind of thin. That or news travels fast. Saying that, she lets out a sigh as if amazed. Next to me, Fujibayashi swings her head left to right in an exaggerated way, with her face blushing.
ま、ボタンの面倒を見てくれてたことには礼を言っとくわ。
And what exactly gratitude are you giving me? If so, express your gratitude with something tangible.
6時間目も面倒を見ててくれたら、ジュースをおごってあげる。
Don't make fun of me.
どうせ授業聞いてないんでしょ?
I mean, that's true, but still, don't make fun of me. Even if I sleep, it still counts as attending class. Don't just disregard that.
明日のお昼ご飯もつけるからさ。
Well, now, maybe I'll accept your offer. Leave it to me. Yep, there we go. I beat my chest in consent. Consent. Looking at Botan, he also looks quite pleased, winking through his nose.
あの
What is it?
そういうのはいけないと思います。
Hey, now, it's still technically possible to take care of him even in the classroom so long as he sleeps and he stays quiet. I don't really pay attention to the lesson, so I don't mind.
それでもそういうのはいけないと思います。
So what now, Ne-chan? Really?
当然でしょ。授業をサボんのはダメに決まってんじゃない。
Are you trying to pick a fight?
岡崎くん。授業はちゃんと出た方がいいと思います。
We can kill two birds with one stone. Make sure he's sleeping, and we will have nothing to worry about as long as he doesn't make noise while he sleeps. Yeah, I guess. But what are you going to do about that piglet? Do you plan to leave him until after school?
それはブヒ
Oh, he seems depressed. He doesn't want to be left alone. He wants to have companionship. Classes have started.
どうしよう。
Well, obviously, all three of us should skip class and go and have some fun. Fujibashi panics all over because of the bell. A Botan wags his tail as he watches her current state.
しょうがないわね。
Kyo takes a breath as she steps forward.
私が教室に連れてくわ。
Hey now, obviously it's better for me to take it to class. You'll take it, but isn't that sort of bad?
大丈夫よ。ね、ボタン。ブヒ。ぬいぐるみよ。
We'll go with the stuffed toy.
ブヒブヒ
What the hell is that?
ボタンの7つ芸の一つよ。
But he only has 7 skills, apparently.
ボタンはい。
The moment Kyo motions to him, Botan suddenly freezes in place like a statue. And then he stays like that, without a quiver. It's as if he's no longer breathing, not even a wink. You don't mean he's gonna pretend to be a doll in class?
すごいでしょ。
Are you a dumbass?
あ
Nothing. You can't hope to keep him like that for 50 minutes, can you? Oh, only 50 minutes? My God, you're lucky.
持つわよ。前にこのまま水の中に沈めちゃって10分くらい忘れてたことあるんだから。
Wow. That's terrible. That's animal cruelty.
早く教室に戻らないと。ああ、
damn
い
it.
けない。もうチャイム鳴ったんだった。
Do you truly think that that stuffed animal disguise will be alright?
平気平気。そんなに疑うなら。はい。
Now she says that, she thrusts Botan into my chest.
あんたに渡しとく。
Handing him over.
ちゃんとそのままで入れるか確認したいでしょ。だからあんたに渡しとく。その子、膝の上に置いて授業受けてみて。
Are you serious?
あたしとボタンを信用しなさいって。
I don't really have any confidence in someone who says they're confident. We'll take him. Why not? I'm only borrowing him for a bit. My not so encouraging face says.
覚えてたら返すわね。
Kyo says that and immediately heads back to the school building. I look at Botan's frozen face. Kinda creepy. My face reflects in his round eyes. And there... Whew. I gently blow on his eyes. I don't know why I did that noise. I don't even think that was an accurate noise for what it was, whatever. Seems his eyes are getting a little teary. But only for a moment, so short it seemed like an illusion. That's pretty impressive.
岡崎くん、私たちも。
Yeah, you're right. I go back to class while holding Botan with Fujibayashi.
岡崎、お前は学校なんだと思っているんだ。
Leave me alone.
まったく。たまに授業に顔を出したと思えば。
The teacher grumbles as he turns to the blackboard. I kind of understand what he wants to say. The famous delinquent of this school holding a stuffed pig toy in his lap as he takes lessons. It's kind of funny no matter how you look at it. Or maybe it's more like creepy. I get the feeling that the people around me are keeping their distance.
岡崎のやつどうしたんだろうな。
疲れてるんじゃない？
っていうか枕なんじゃねえの？
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
どっちにしても気持ち悪いよね。
I give a nasty glare to the people gossiping. That Kyo, she probably gave Botan to me knowing this would happen. Well, I should try and hang on for 30 more minutes.
で、さっきの数式を使って X と Y の値を出すわけだ。
I don't know, I have a hard time believing there's a formula out there that you would learn in high school that would give you the values of both X and Y at the exact same time. A strange noise interrupts the teacher and echoes through the silent class, followed by a smell. Damn, Botan farted on someone else's lap like that. Huh? Everyone's eyes are staring at me. No, it wasn't me.
下手な言い訳するなよ。出ちゃったもんはしょうがないじゃん。
I told you, it wasn't me.
俺じゃなくて？
How should I say this? Is it okay to say that the stuffed animal farted? No, in hell I can.
岡崎、腹が痛いならトイレに行ってこい。
I don't think you go to the bathroom for a stomach ache. You go to the nurse's office for a stomach ache. Unless you really have to go and take a crap. Then you go and take the crap before you go to the nurse's office. But generally speaking, you still make your way to the nurse's office at some point along the line. I guess I'll do that. Getting out of my seat, I carry Botan and leave through the door.
トイレにぬいぐるみを持っていくのか。
Leaving it alone is sad. I say that at the last moment as I grab onto him.
部費？
It's just me farting.
そうか。昼食は腹が張るものを食べたんだな。
Really? I say nothing as I leave the classroom. As I do that, I hear laughter from inside. I hopelessly give Botan a nasty glare. Or helplessly, not hopelessly. There was no light in his eyes. It's over. I roll Botan around the garden as I stand up and look at the school building. Maybe it would be better to go back to homeroom. What the hell do I do with him, though? This stupid thing doesn't seem to be moving an inch. Damn that Kyo, lending me something so big.
Hoi, pass!
As I turn around in response, I see a square object closing. What? Oof. I managed to catch it. It's cold. Fruit milkshake.
いやー、ご苦労さん。ボタンどうだった？ちゃんと動かなかったでしょ。
He didn't move, but he had some bowel movements. It would have been better if he had moved sooner.
なんで？
Saying something that embarrassing is difficult.
っていうか、そういやなんであんたこんなとこにいたの？教室に行ったらいないし、他の人に聞いたら笑うしさ。
Why don't you ask this thing? I grab Botan by his back and throw him at Kyo.
うわ、ちょっとあんたね、ボタンをそんなに手荒に扱わないでよ。
Normally, I'd kick him as hard as possible.
何があったの？
I don't want to talk about it. Speaking of which, How do you make him come back to life? Isn't it a bit scary for it to not respond even if you throw, roll, or bounce it?
あんたボタンにそんなことしてたの？
I would never do such a thing, but yes, I did probably. Just theorizing.
まあぬいぐるみ化してるときは防御力上がるからいいけど。
His defensive power rises. What exactly is this animal made of?
ボタンよし。
Kyo flicks her finger in front of Botan.
こうするのよ。
Like hypnotism.
強く否定はしないわ。
Definitely seemed like hypnotism.
ん？お腹すいた？もうちょっと待ってね。あとホームルームだけで終わるから。
Take Botan with you to homeroom.
わかってるわよ。とりあえず6時間目はありがとう。それお礼だから。
It's a fruit milkshake, not juice. But it's probably in a juice box. Alright then. I'll take it without reservation.
じゃあね。
Kyo heads toward the school building as her long hair waves. I don't know why we had to note that. Hey, does she plan to carry Botan into class like that?
ボタンぬいぐるみよ。
His eyes did it again. Eventually, homeroom passes and today's lessons come to an end. Class 2C, we stand beneath the plate. The students preparing to go home all glance at us with suspicion. When 3 upperclassmen are blocking the entrance, it must be difficult to get out of the room and go home. You go ask, Furukawa. Sonohara and I will wait here.
はい。
She nods obediently and then gently makes her way into the classroom. She gets the attention of one of the girls and asks her a question. Then the girl points towards the window. Another girl is sitting there. Furukawa thanks her and bows and then walks towards the window. Then she begins to speak to the girl there.
おいてめえ、今わざと目線そらせたよな。
Trying to pass the time, Sonohara tries to pick a fight with a male student trying to get around us. I just watch Furukawa. Drawing up a smile, she frantically appeals to the girl as she gestures with her hands. After a while, Furukawa is the one who's listening. She nods repeatedly, listening to the calm-looking girl's words. Finally, the two of them are alone in the classroom.
もう入ってもいいんじゃないの？
Sonohara asks me. Yeah, I guess so. We go inside too.
どうも演劇部っす。
Sonohara gives a cohesive greeting. Sorry for the intrusion.
いえ。
The girl looks down as she lowers her face. So, what's up, Furukawa?
困ってます。
What is it?
仁科さん、合唱部を作りたいそうなんです。それで、やっぱり私たちと同じで顧問がいなくて、そこで先日高村先生にお願いしたんだそうです。ただその時はまだ入部希望者がいなくて、仁科さん一人だけだったんですけど、それでもその日から時間をかけて3人集めたんだそうです。仁科さん、すごく頑張りました。
I see. Well, that's a problem.
はい。私たちも高村先生に顧問をお願いしたいです。でも、仁科さんもお願いしたいんです。どうしましょう。
Oh well, whatever. That was just a sigh or something like that. Furukawa stares into my face. I guess we should find another teacher. I try to compromise.
当たってみましたけど。
Still hiding her face, the choir girl begins to speak.
顧問をしていないのは高村先生と、あとは教頭先生とか校長先生ぐらいでした。
Now wait. You mean to tell me it's possible to to get the principal or vice principal to be your advisor? That could be interesting.
取り合いだな。でも僕たち先輩だしな。
Cut it out.
引き止めてしまってごめんなさいです。私たち話し合ってからまた来ます。それではまた。
Shuika lowers her head, bowing to the second year, then pushes us out of the classroom.
さっきも言ったけど、こっちは上級生だからね。放っておけば向こうが引いてくれるよ。
それはダメです。私たちは一緒のはずです。同じスタート地点にいたはずです。ですから少し年上だからってそんなことで決めてしまってはダメです。しかもこっちは私一人です。あの子にも嘘をついてしまいました。あの子は頑張って必死で3人集めたんです。スタートは同じでももう差はついてしまってるのかもしれません。
Well, you're working your hardest too. I know that quite well. Don't give up. Keep on trying. There has to be something you can do.
んなもんあるのかね。
Listen, you.
ありゃ、今のは失言だったか。悪い悪い。な怖い顔すんなって。じゃあ僕はこの辺で退散するよ。お父さんお母さんにもよろしくね。
はい。今日はありがとうございました。
Sunhara disappears after giving his farewells to Furukawa. That guy, seriously.
でも本当に今日は楽しかったです。
Huh?
みんなで一つのことに向けて頑張るのってとても楽しいです。
We didn't even accomplish a single one of our goals. Considering that, I don't see how we could still laugh after all of this. But if Furukawa's okay with it, then it feels as if our hectic day was worth it. Then that feeling suddenly ends as soon as I see someone's tiny back leaning out of a classroom door at the end of the hall. That girl. You can go on ahead of me.
一緒に帰れないんですか？
Not today, obviously. Yeah, I remember something I need to do. Leaving Furukawa behind, I rush over towards her back. And I'm actually going to cut this off because this has been a fairly long session, to be honest. Longer than I actually would kind of like. I think, actually. I think it's been longer than I would have liked. Yeah, I think it's been actually about 3 hours. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, just cut this off here. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. Until then.